Hey friends, in this video we are going to learn about pushing positions and a restful pushing position that can be done with or without an epidural that is not going to be like pushing uphill against gravity. So when we push on our backs, we are actually pushing uphill against gravity. I like to show it with this little pipe that I found at Home Depot, and as you can see, if I were to drop a ball in here, it's going to be harder for it to make its way through because it's going up against gravity. So side lying, maybe we're not necessarily working with gravity as in like a kneeling position, but we are gravity neutral, which is fantastic. If a baby is coming way too quickly, side lying is great. If somebody has an epidural or they are tired or they're needing something different, side lying is a fantastic option. But let's make it even more functional by learning how to create space at the bottom of the pelvis where baby is during pushing. Okay, so what you're gonna need is either a half dome or whatever you have in the hospital. It can be a towel, just something for your knee, and then you're gonna need a peanut ball and a pillow for the head. So you're gonna lay on your side. Someone's gonna help someone if they're with an epidural, of course. And now let's change the position of the legs to create space in the bottom of the pelvis. So one of the things we do is deep hip flexion. So bringing the knees closer into the body is going to increase space at the bottom of the pelvis via what's called sacral nutation. I'll show that in a moment. And so we want to, when we're pushing, when we have the urge to push, we want to pull that leg in as deeply as feels comfortable. And then in between pushing contractions or pushing waves, we're going to rest in what's known as internal hip rotation. So the ankles are going to be wider than the knees. So with the top one, we can place that ankle on, it could be a peanut ball, it could be anything, something to prop that knee higher, it could be a stack of pillows, right? And then we're going to take this other thing, it could be a pillow, it could be a towel, whatever, and we're going to place it under this lower knee. So now both of our knees are in closer than the ankles, which is going to open that bottom of the pelvis more from side to side. So nutation, bringing the knee in, is opening from front to back. Internal rotation, knees in, ankles out, is widening the space side to side. So now a pushing contraction comes. I'm going to pull my knee in towards me, deepening that hip flexion. You can stay in a bit of internal rotation if it feels right. And then we can also have somebody pressing into that bottom leg. So I like to have a partner here pressing that leg in and just deepening that hip flexion as well. Ooh, pushing through those urges, listening to the body, and then in between those waves, someone's going to place that peanut ball or something back between the ankles, and knees are going to come in. You're going to rest until the next urge to push comes.